Good morning, beautiful souls. Welcome back or welcome to The Hawk. My name is Lana Zelinsky, and I work in the spirit dimensions. As always, in all my videos or all my live feeds, simply take what resonates, and you're welcome to leave the rest right here. Happy Monday. I've got some interesting stuff that I channel. I've got a little over 2 pages of stuff I want to talk about this morning. And I am on a little bit of limited time. I am working this morning. So I do have to get through this. I'll let you all come in and settle down. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. It's been glorious here at my end. Lots of fun and excitement and good things happening behind the scenes. So I hope you all are having the same experiences with some growth, some interesting energy coming in. It's a portal that has opened. It's absolutely fantastic. It's a Stargate portal. The ancient astrologers, many years ago, pointed out four stars in our astrology system. The Antaurus is what it's called, and it is a heart-opening energy. It is a beautiful, loving energy that's opened up for us to kind of align with some delicious, loving energy. Now, some cultures believe that this Antaurus opening is the resting place for their ancestors, their for souls, a version of heaven, if you will. Very, very interesting energy. Now, what's coming in through this is a lot of love that is being pushed out, but a lot of love that is being pushed in. And with this energy coming in, you may be aware of certain things that are heavy that you've been carrying, certain feelings that are coming up that it's time to kind of make peace with, or get your own closure. And sometimes closure can be just simply letting go. Feelings of vulnerability is also going to be a heightened awareness this week, softening some of the hurts, being able to tap into a greater love, a greater self love, creating a deeper love with yourself, creating different relationships with other people. And some of that's also going to come up as well, as far as being able to come to a place of forgiveness, being able to come to a place of, what it is. And I've really got to work on letting that go, and looking at it from a perspective of love. And sometimes, that big word forgiveness and vulnerability can kind of make us a little bit squirmy, but we are going to be coming into that, and it may come into you in very different ways. It may come into, a feeling may arise, or something that you've been holding on to may arise within you, and your first reaction may be that hard heck no, I'm not letting that go, I can't forgive that, or that person did that. And it's coming into of a different alignment with no, sit with it in a loving space, tap into this glorious heart opening energy in this heart opening portal, and let it become expansive. And as we navigate through a lot of that, you will soon feel a bit of a comfort within yourself. There's also a big creativeness when you tap into this, being able to create new things, new ways of looking at things, new goals, being able to sift and sort what you want and what you don't want. This week is going to bring a lot of that up for us. And sometimes we may lean into it the other way. And what the energy is saying is no, tap into the loving side of it. And we often struggle with looking sometimes at the other side. It's also going to be a really good week of self-reflection, taking a look at all the things that you accomplished, all the things that you tried, even the things that didn't go over as well as maybe you would have thought or would have hoped. Tapping into the energy of, I tried that. I gave that a go this year. I tried it. I rolled up my sleeves. I did some work, and letting that flow a little bit more and a little bit more, because as we get closer to the new year, I'm a big believer that it's really important that we kind of get that closure, have that self-reflection, so that we can move forward into a new calendar year with an openness to receive, an openness to allow. And that's a big thing when it comes to energy, is our openness to allow. Now, I'm curious, if how many of you may have woken up with a headache or a stiff neck or stiff shoulders this morning. I'll give you all a moment to answer that before I tap into the questions. And the reason for that is this open portal is bringing through an intensity. There's Camilla with a yes, Arisen Phoenix with a yes, stiff everything, says Dee Dee. Yep. Says Spring Hall, the body feels stiff. Yeah, look at all you guys acknowledging that. With this energy coming up, our physical body is saying to us, You're holding on to something. You're holding on to something energetically. And it's today's a really good day. This week is a really good week to get through some of that holding on to. Very interrupted sleep. Yeah, said Nisa. Yeah. Oh, hi, Nisa. I've had a little bit of a different end of that. I slept very well this weekend. I usually struggle a little bit with sleep, but this weekend it was like hard on sleep. But then when I sat when what's been going on, and I try to always be working through my own stuff all the time, regardless of what portal's open. But I've really pushed through a lot of big things the last couple weeks. I've really gotten to a place where I'm okay how that went. I'm okay that this happened. I'm okay that I've healed this. I've had looking into that, allows our physical body not to hold on to the energy. So for those of you who are saying, yeah, I woke up kind of stiff, or I woke up kind of headachy, or my body's a little bit sore, sit in some self-reflection today and just kind of say, what is it, what hurt do I need to soften, what greater love, and it can be self-love, it can be the energy that you're tapping into, it can be what you're surrounding yourself in, what love, it's that loving energy. And when you think about this time of year, because it kind of coincides with this time of year, the holiday season is about love. It's not about gifts, it's not about all these material things. It has to do with tapping into that love, right? Loving our families, loving the season. It's all about that. So I'm really not surprised with this portal opening up, with the time of year that it opens up at, and the ancient connection there with ancient astrologers, on how loving, and it's actually the heart of the scorpion. If you want to know a little bit more about that portal, so as we navigate through the week, just pencil in some time for yourself, or take some time for yourself to sit in this vibration, this softer vibration, this excuse me, this loving space that you're in, and create a better loving space for yourself. And what's really and I know you guys all know this, but what's really profound with this is when you tap into that, it emits a frequency off of you that helps other people. And sometimes we can't necessarily help everyone, with physical world stuff, but we can help it vibrationally. So when we're emitting that love and that vulnerability, and when we're just like letting that flow out of us, it goes out collectively, and it helps a lot of other people as well when we kind of tap into that. Feel the love. And the word vulnerable is a tough one. We have talked about the word vulnerable a few times here over the year. Excuse me. On the vulnerability space, for many of us, we do struggle with that, opening that up, and kind of taking a peek as to what's in there. It's time to kind of lean into that loving space, open up into this portal, do a little bit of self-reflecting, and really feel that, and what needs to be let go, what we need to move forward from, let it flow. It's a glorious feeling. It can bring up some stuff, but we need to work through that stuff. Excuse me. I was at a hockey game last night. I really have to learn to stop hollering so much at these hockey games. I try, but then this kind of taps into something else that Spirit said. It's a little bit different than what I've just talked about. But last night when I was sitting with Spirit and I kept clearing my voice, and I actually said those words. I've got to learn to control myself. I do. I have to learn to control myself. And Spirit said, "Well, when we cheer for others, when you really cheer for others, and when you think of the momentum of cheering, and we know sometimes we." I don't forget to cheer because I'm a big cheerleader. But when we tap into cheering for others, that is such an expansive feeling as well. And then Spirit brought that into like the spiritual concept of this community. And I saw the YouTube channel come into my awareness about how we cheer for everyone, and how we support everyone, and how important that is, even when we don't understand somebody else's journey, right? Whatever you're going through, I'm cheering for you. And there's always this big space of, especially when it comes to certain things, there's enough for everyone, right? I cheer for every single person that crosses my path, every single student, all of the mediums. I cheer for them because there's enough for everyone. And Spirit really gave me a bit of a push on that last night when I was doing some channeling, when I was kind of, sitting with my guides. They were talking about the whole cheerleader concept, and how that energy and how that cheering and that support, it's a shifter like no other. When somebody believes in you, when somebody is on the sideline saying, I believe in you and I'm cheering for you, that has such a powerful impact. And Spirit showed it to me in my meditation as hitting something very hard when you cheer for somebody or when you're cheering for yourself. When you tap into, you know what, I'm going to cheer for myself and support myself through that. Spirit showed me this impact. I actually felt this impact on how that helps other people bounce back into their own alignment or bounce into supporting themselves or bounce into, yeah, I can rolling up their own sleeves with, yeah, I can do that. I can give that a go. It's okay to try it. It's such a huge, huge energy shifter. And, I sat there for a bit because I struggle sometimes on why we wouldn't, right? Like, why wouldn't you cheer for somebody who's giving it their best or trying something new? And quite often, the reason that that comes up is sometimes we have this thing within us of a little bit of ego, right? Especially if it's somebody that's doing something similar to us, whether it be somebody it's the same line of work or same business. We need to tap in there with a big old loud microphone and cheer. We need to really pull that a little bit tighter, and especially as we navigate into the new year, the support systems that we all need are very important. And Spirit was very, very clear on that, on on being able to it doesn't have to be a lot of time. It can be words, it can be energy, it can just be saying, you know what, I'm rooting for you. It can also be supporting people to follow their journey too. A lot of people struggle with, am I on the right path? Am I doing the right thing? A lot of this anxiety is coming up with all these choices and all these new directions. And as we work through a lot of this feeling of vulnerability and the feel and reflecting on that and softening our own hurts, think about, and this is where Spirit literally injects it with like a dart. When you think about, if we inject the cheerleading aspect when other people are struggling, we're actually helping ourselves as well, right? What we give out to others is an energy that's coming from us, that flows through us, that helps us in our own mindfulness, in our own feeling of inadequacies, in our own uncertainties. What we give out to others, we're giving ourselves to. Yeah. So, and that's quite exciting. Okay, let's see where we are. Well, that's what she said. Come on, guys. 35 watching and only 10 likes. Thank you for cheering for me. Thank you for cheering for me. I love that so much. Wendy, I agree. I'm going to scroll up to the top and just grab a couple questions. I really have to be mindful of the time. And just while I'm on that, in case I forget near the end of the live, I'm not here on Friday. So I'm heading out Thursday early in the morning to a hockey tournament in Ottawa, Canada. So I won't be here Friday. So in case I forget to bring that up, I'll probably remind you all again on Wednesday. I am here Wednesday morning for an energy update as well. So let's see where we're going here. Um, it's my grandma's birthday today, says Jolene. Does she come through with any messages for me and my family? Jolene, what I feel there when I lean into that is I feel that the spirit dimensions are supporting your family. So I don't know if there's been like not feeling supported or not feeling held up, or here we go again with something else that we're kind of navigating through. She's got you held up like literally under your arms is how she's showing it. Like she's got her like holding you up like you would like helping a little person walk. She is holding everybody up, but what she's really saying is don't forget to keep your arms locked. So locked in with each other. And that whole and what she's saying is, and she's using this concept of hold the line of love, hold the line of support, hold the line of togetherness. I love how she's doing that, by the way. She's really saying just hold that line. And sometimes with here's something that she's saying. Sometimes with holding the line, sometimes we kind of stretch out a little bit. It's okay when people need to stretch out a little bit and find their way through something. And I love that. I love how she said that. We do sometimes stretch out and let people kind of learn for themselves, or learn, or we need to learn for ourselves those important lessons. We can support people as they go through their lessons, and she's supporting all of you as you navigate through that. I really like that concept. And she's so right. There are certain lessons that people around us need to go through. And we can't always when we shouldn't get in the way of other people's lessons. Helping them, yes. But we can't change it for them. So when you feel that stretch out where either yourself is learning a lesson or where somebody else needs to kind of learn a lesson, you're still there supporting, but sometimes we stretch out. I don't know if that resonates there with you, Jolene, but it's quite profound on how she's wording that to me. Spotty TY, any messages for me? I really feel like I've gotta tap into this inner confidence with you. I feel like I've gotta let that. I can feel it bubbling. I can feel it bubbling way down in my root chakra, and I can feel it coming up. And I feel like I've got to allow that to flow. Just simply sitting by yourself with, I'm enough. I'm trying my best. I feel like that's trying to bubble up to have that some acknowledgement there. I feel like the acknowledgement when we reflect on our feelings, when we reflect on our own inner worlds and our own inner love and our own vulnerability. Sometimes we kind of push that down. Push. Well, yeah, I'm okay. I'm doing okay. But yeah, perhaps I'm not good enough. I feel like I've gotta like. Heck yeah, like just shout it from a mountaintop, like just shouting it out. I feel like they're really wanting that for you. So for me, when I translate that a little bit, it's that confidence piece, it's that worthy piece, it's that this piece, it's softening a little bit when you trip and fall. I really feel I've got to kind of turn up the volume on that. We all trip and fall. Every single one of us trips and falls, and it's about getting up and dusting ourselves off and taking a look at, I gave it my best and it didn't work out, or I gave it my best and I'm still not sure how it's going to work out. I feel like that's so deep for you right now. I hope that that makes sense there. Uh, so we need to go here. Wendy, do you have any messages from me? Thank you so much. Wendy, I'm hearing a rap on a door, and I feel like you've been looking for opportunities. Has there been this desire or this craving for change? Have you been looking into like new directions, or I think I want to try this. I think I want to try that. Yeah, but right, is it the time? I feel like there's some change coming in that's flowing around you, and it feels really good. Quite often, many of us will be like, change. Oh no, I feel like spirit saying there's going to be this shift, and it can tap into. I also feel it within. So 'cause I just literally felt that right in my heart space there. It can be that changes and those shifts within, and I just have to say, open the doors. Stick your head in. What's behind door number one? I really feel that there, Wendy, and that's kind of what they're kind of presenting to you. And sometimes, we can slowly, I've even slowly peeked my head in. What's behind that option? And sometimes I pull it open full on, full tilt. Just kind of sit with that, Wendy, and digest that a little bit. Um, Rubab, would it be possible to ask if things are going to get easier soon, or any other messages? My heart felt so heavy lately. Rubab, I feel that I have to, Spirit pointed me back down to my notes. So I'm just taking a look down there with processing and reflecting on feelings. That heaviness that you're feeling, give it permission to flow through. Give yourself permission to soften. And one thing that is really in highlight, it's not really highlighted physically, but energetically, spirit just highlighted it for me, is a greater love. I've got to turn that volume up. I do feel that the turbulence that you're going through is settling down. I don't feel like you can unbuckle your seatbelt yet. But I do feel like it's settling down. But I also feel a little bit with reassurance, everything is working out for me. Reassurance that I'm navigating through this the best that I can. I feel like I've got to go through that self-talk and creating new ways. And that was just yelled at me. Creating new ways on how we're getting through this, and creating new ways of releasing and letting go. See where we need to go here. Okay, we talked about all the stiff feeling. Let me just scroll past that. Michaela, Michaela, I see you unpacking. Um, and I was just taking a moment to unpack. Or to see what you were unpacking. Have you been unpacking a lot of personal stuff lately? I feel like you're kind of like, I can see you taking it out of like a suitcase or a backpack. And I think that some things still fit and some things don't. And I don't know if you struggle with letting go of things that don't fit you anymore. But what I mean by that is spiritually, whether it be people or places or situations that you're kind of really struggling to fit into. I feel like with a lot of this growth that has happened for you this last calendar year, I feel like you're being asked to tap into new things, new people, new opportunities, and don't be afraid to try things on. And I don't know if there's a fashion aspect to you here, Michaela, but it's kind of a cute way that they're showing that to me. Don't be afraid to try new things on, and don't be afraid to do like that energetic closet cleansing of this doesn't fit me anymore. I don't fit in this box anymore. I don't fit in that situation. I feel quite tight. So to be honest with you, I feel like either you're holding yourself into places or you're trying to fit into certain places that no longer fit you. Does that make sense? I'm curious to see if that makes sense. Spirit they're showing me things very interestingly today. Um, okay, Travis, been a while since I signed on, and life has had a lot of positive changes. I'm flying to Europe today for Christmas party. Can I come with you? At my new remote office. Does Spirit have any messages for me? Travis, it's good to have you join us here today. So welcome back. It's always good to have anybody join when they can. I'm just having a feeling of that. Um, and good for you for these positive changes. I feel like you're clapping for yourself as well. I feel that I get a lot of excitement with hearing you acknowledge that, and I also feel a lot. I don't know what it is, Travis, and perhaps you can answer me here, or you might not know yet. I feel like was there something very significant 3 weeks with your personal growth? I want to go back 3 weeks ago. Spirit just keeps moving me back, where a new guide has come in with you, and I feel you're gonna kind of laugh. It's a baby elephant. I love that. I'm like, "Oh, I want one. I want one." And what I feel is that, and I don't know a lot about elephants, but here's what spirit showing me is sometimes we take those slow movements, right? We just kind of slow movement, and sometimes we swing through it. And I can see like that happy trunk of a baby elephant. I also want to look up elephant here because I don't think I've ever seen this. If I have, I clearly don't remember. Um, Make a point of service in some way to the young, elderly, or those less fortunate than yourself. Do not let anything stand in your way attaining to this goal that is so integral in to your purpose. Have a determination and persistence required to overcome current challenges that you're faced with. Trust your senses, and if something in your life smells bad, take the necessary action to do away with it. Remain loyal to those closest to you in spite of anyone questioning sorry, remain loyal to those closest to you in spite of anyone questioning their integrity. It's a good time to renew your senses of connectedness to the divine. I love that. And then I didn't see it as a big elephant. I seen it as a baby elephant. So when I see any kind of baby spirit animal, it's also the vibration of play. Baby animals tend to be babies in general tend to be very, very playful and animated and fun. And I need to get you to tap into that juice as well. Um, how are your cold cases going? Arise in Phoenix. I don't always overshare, but when someone asks, I picked up a new one over the weekend, and I literally had to pick up my own jaw up off the floor with some of the things that I channeled. I'm taking them slow. I'm working through this new shift within me, this new way of working within me. I'm just kind of allowing it to be what it needs to be and to process things as they're coming to me. And I'm really trusting that. When I first dove in, and I was like, I was elated, and then there was no cold cases coming, and then they started trickling in, and they're trickling in at a pace that I can handle because there's a lot of floating pieces right now with the Hawk and I. There's a lot of things going on. I got myself into a lot of really neat ways of working with spirit, and I'm kind of keeping all that in balance. And the cold cases are coming in nice and slow, and to literally give me a chance to feel how I'm going to work with spirit with this new piece to me. So we'll see what the new year brings in with that. But somebody did reach out to me from the States on a cold case. So I'm very excited about that. Kristen, I had someone tell me that I'm going to get into vet school. What are your thoughts on this? I feel very excited here, Kristen. I also need to acknowledge all the work that you've done to get this far. This has come with a lot of rolling up those sleeves and diving in. I feel very good with acceptance here. But Kristen, I'm just curious. Was there more than one place that you applied to? Do you have more than one application out to vet school? I'll keep an eye on your response here as I navigate through some of the questions. PJ, Len, I must ask, as last Friday's gecko animal card got me thinking, I have 9 geckos. Jack is a real jerk. It wasn't always like that. How come the change? He hates me. PJ, I don't think that Jack hates you. I think he's trying to communicate something. I'm also feeling something with his environment. So when I tap in there, I feel like something has changed, or he wants something that has changed, wants something to change. I also feel a little bit bored here with Jack. So has Jack had anything new to do? I feel like he wants something new to do. So either, and I know nothing about geckos. I know what they look like, but I don't know what they like to do. So is there anything new in his aquarium or in his environment? He keeps showing me his environment that he's trying to communicate something with you there, and I have to get you to kind of sit and take a look at it. There's something off that he's not overly happy with the environment. I don't feel it personally on you, PJ. I feel like he's trying to communicate that he's unhappy with something that's going on. So has there been something either new put in the his environment? Has there been some kind of shift there? I'm just really curious on what has changed. um, what he needs to change. Niece is gonna make some Christmas cookies. Wendy, I'm a Scorpio. I love that. I have to get my Christmas cookies done. I don't know when I'm gonna get them done. This might be the year that I go to the market. I don't know if I'm gonna get to bacon. I might do one little batch. Um, Lana is a natural cheerleader. I try really hard. Spring Hall, my youngest swears into the US MC this week. Congratulations. How exciting is that? How exciting is that? I haven't applied yet either, says Kristen, but I have a boss who knows the dean at a vet school, and he said he'd be willing to help me get in. I feel you have to push. I have to push you with that, Kristen, and I have to navigate through that. But I, for some reason, I don't know if there's 2 applications or 2 programs. I keep seeing 2 there. So, and I don't know nothing about vet school, but is there 2 options? What, I just keep seeing the second 2 options. He's a crested gecko, nothing new. He attacks me every time. There's something in the environment there, PJ. There's something that either needs to change or that he's not satisfied. Because when I ask him if he's mad at you, there's something with that environment. Try changing something up in there and see how he does. He was a jerk before he was a jerk before. Okay. Uh, Smaller terrarium. He keeps pushing me on his habitat. I can't move out of it, PJ. I wish it would be easier if he would just say, "Yeah, I'm mad at PJ, and can you scold PJ for me?" But I can't. There's something there with the environment. Aquarium size doesn't always matter. I can't move from my environment, PJ. I can't. He won't. The gecko won't shift me out of there. So I need to go back in there. I've put so many things for him. He literally turned into Mr. Hyde. Try taking some things out. I need to work on the environment. He won't move me from that. So when he won't move me from that, there's something environmentally going on. He's lifting the personal feeling. Wendy, will all that my praying and manifesting for come true? My health, love, and success. Wendy, the spirit just showed me out that favorite says that I love, that favorite phrase I love to say, everything is always working out for me. I do feel that. Um, I also feel, Wendy, that you have turned up the volume on a lot of the self care, because I can hear some applauding for that. I feel like you're doing the work for the self care as well. All right, you guys, I just look at the clock. He's in the same spot. I stopped him from seeing the females. Is he by himself? Um, There's something there environmentally, PJ. I cannot move from it. So I would try playing with that a little bit. I would try, like I don't know, like I said, I know nothing about geckos, but this is he lonely? There's something environmentally that he's not satisfied with. All right, let us go to the animal spirit guide book. Let's put our thoughts into that. Set our intentions. What do we all need to know collectively? All right. And I will open it up. Jellyfish. Keep your faith strong, and I know that life will supply you with everything you need. Notice the art of non resistant, going with the currents and movements of life rather than fighting them. Oh, that's good. Be a little more cautious at this time with any work you're doing in the spirit realm. Be sure that you're getting enough water throughout the day. Organize your work at home so that you're more efficient and effective doing a little bit each day. That's only one page. So that the sentence about the work in the spiritual realm, that's about balance. That is about being able to balance how much time we and I've had to struggle with this. I'll share a little something. I've had to struggle with balance from between physical world and spirit worlds, because for me I'd rather be over there. I'd rather be working in the spirit dimensions. I'd rather be connected at all times. I'd rather be in that space with working with work that sometimes I need to remember that I'm out of balance in that, and that I need to be also physical and having physical experiences as well. We can surround ourselves a little bit too much. I have found myself at different parts of my journey. I'd rather hang out with my spirit guides than humans sometimes. And I had to work through that on being able to put that in balance. So just make sure that your spirituality is in your awareness is balanced between the dimensions at all times. I hope that you guys have a great week. I appreciate every single one of you showing up. I know I didn't get to a lot of the all the questions here. I tried very hard to get through as many as I possibly can. And thanks for cheering for me. I appreciate that. I see you there. I see you all there cheering for me with your gratitude. I'm so grateful to have you all here. Happy Monday. I will be here Wednesday morning for another brief live. 'Cause I do have clients Wednesday morning in persons as well, as always. And thanks for the thumbs up, you guys, today. 28. I think that's the most I've gotten on a live. So I'm so grateful, and thank you very much for that. As always, love, light, blessings, and have a spirit guided day. Take care.